4 years old, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I remember my mother telling me that all I wanted to do was carry the tackle box, and I was 4 years old. Mom, she was a professional secretary and a stay-at-home mother. My dad did everything. He absolutely did everything. He was a bartender, he did real estate, he sold cars, he did general contracting, catering, which I took over for him with my brothers after time. Phenomenal parents. Grew up with family values being very strong, 2 older brothers, very tight-knit family. Growing up with my 2 older brothers, in the beginning, yeah, they loved to pick on me, but I still think it made me the person I am, getting picked on and kicked around and given stitches through the eyebrow and everything else that older brothers love to do to their little brother. But as I got older, we formed a pretty strong relationship. Probably around 10 or 11 years old, my brother started taking me, my brother Carmen, and we'd go out river fishing for Pacific salmon when they do the run in the fall. And then I got into it from there and it was lights out after that. I was big into sports, very, very big into sports. I played everything, started playing competitive soccer, and really when I got into high school, football took over, track and field took over. The competitive drive really grew. I hated losing. I hated losing at anything. I still do to this day. I'm very confident. Some people take it as cocky. I'll do anything for anybody. But my personality strikes you as confident. I was married at 23. My wife hired me. She was my boss, needed a job. You go to university, you got a car, you got insurance, you got to pay your tuition. So I got a job as a waiter. And we started dating within 3 months of me working there. Working together, she got to know me a little more and the type of person I am, the family background I have. So I started working with her at 19, and by 23 we were married. I believe I was 26 when I bought my first boat that I could compete in. It was a 16-footer. And I said, I'm gonna do these tournaments. And I jumped in, first one came in 4th. Ended up 4th overall for Angler of the Year the first year. So over the next 6 years, I really went headstrong into, I wanna compete. So I did tournaments, 40 a year I would do. For me, I need to be challenged. I want to be at the bottom of the totem pole and kind of climb my way up, and that's natural for probably anybody who plays sports. You get better by fishing against people who are better. You get better by playing hockey with people who are better than you, better in football. You always play with people who are better to get better yourself. So I was at that point where, not that I thought I was better than everybody I fished against, but I wanted to raise the level of competition. So I talked to my wife and I said, listen, I've been doing this a while. I want to do Canada's top level Pro-Am series. And I said, but there's a problem. I need to buy a bigger boat. And my wife, being the person she is, who is completely supportive of everything I do, she's like, you got to do it, you do it. So I went out and bought a 19-foot boat with a 200-horse motor, and I was all set to compete, and I jumped into that upper-level tournament series. And I was on lakes I've never seen before. And I won Angler of the Year, or Rookie of the Year, sorry, by a landslide that year. I was like, I can do this. And that's when WFN started. And Tina Taggart was the girl doing the interview. I had never been on camera at that point, but Tina and I had a great conversation. She asked me some questions, and I kind of did what I do. I talked to her. And at the end of it, she said, dude, you're a dead ringer on camera. And not 2 weeks later, I got a call from WFN saying they wanted to sponsor me. Performed that year and actually won one of the majors. Next phone call was, do you want a show? Drop shotting the right bait can twist the arm of the most picky fish. We lay the hammer down on shallow smallmouth next on Getting Schooled. God, I am gone so often, it's ridiculous. Some days I get on the road and I drive away and I don't come back for 7 or 8 days because I'm either fishing a tournament or I'm shooting a show or I'm doing something along those lines. So having a strong family relationship is critical for us, especially when we're on the road a lot. I think when you really truly find something you're meant to do, becoming a job is just a bonus. And for me, this is exactly where I'm sitting right now. Fishing is what I live to do. I was born to do this. And I never ever think of it as a job. Some days are tougher than others, but if someone were to offer me a trade, it's not happening. I love what I do.